Hello, my name is Simon and welcome to AFC Bournemouth Analysis. Here's my take on our 2-1 win away at West Ham. Obviously a great 3 points. We only won 4 away games last season. So to win our first one of the campaign is amazing, especially as yet again it came from behind. Last season we made a habit of coming from behind in games to get points, and again we've done it. Great spirit, 1-0 down at half time in a rather okay performance, but in the second half we bossed it, and in the last 10-15 minutes you'd think it was a West Ham onslaught, but no, we just controlled the game and saw it out. We looked very threatening in attack. Josh King and Callum Wilson obviously scored 2 goals in 2 games now, or 3 and 3 if you count the Burnley game at the end of last season. We look threatening in attack. Some great play in midfield, mainly Brooks on the wing and Fraser on the other side. Both great talents, and especially David Brooks, so young and yet he looks so precocious, such a precocious talent. Looks like he can, he feels like he can do anything. So it's great to have him in the team. He made a big part in the pressure that was building up in the second half that ended up with us turning the game around. So a great performance in the second half, and overall a superb 3 points. Obviously 6 points from 6. It took us until the 26th of October to reach that point tally in the last campaign. So obviously that's fantastic. The bad, as I touched upon, the first half wasn't particularly all there. I think that might be in part to do with the formation, 4-4-2. I think Eddie Howe, even though we played so superbly in that formation against Marseille pre-season, I think he's maybe becoming a bit too loyal to it. I think it's not going to work for us long term. Obviously, you can't complain with 2 wins, but I genuinely think we'd be even better in a more threatening formation, maybe with 5 across the middle and 3 at the back with wing backs. But then again, can you play Fraser in that formation? So there are issues obviously with that, but I genuinely think that formation would give us the better control of games, because in the first half, in terms of midfield, we weren't controlling it, and I think that's because we lack the players to do that in the midfield too. I think maybe Lerma will be the solution, but I'm not sure we'll see him for a little while yet. So there are things to build on, and I think maybe Lewis Cook not being in the first 11 is strange. I know Sermon played well pre-season, but I don't think he played particularly well against Cardiff. He had a better game on Saturday against West Ham, but still I think Lewis Cook is probably the better long-term option, so it seems a bit strange that he's not in the team. But as I said, you can't complain too much from 2 wins out of 2, but I think there are definitely ways we can get better, which is, amazing really. The ugly, I can't really think of anything, to be honest, off the top of my head. Nothing really in terms of incident. Maybe Pellegrini not really giving us much praise after the match, saying that his team needed to, gel together, more time to gel together. But I expect that. We don't get much credit. I think in the analysis on Match of the Day as well, the Callum Wilson goal was barely touched upon. Instead, it was looked on as defensive errors from West Ham rather than, a superb run from the attacker. If it was somebody like Hazard or De Bruyne, I think it would be poured over a bit longer, but as it's just a Bournemouth player, not so much. But maybe I'm playing the victim a bit too much there, but I'm used to it as a Bournemouth fan, to be honest. Man of the match, there were lots of options. Steve Cook was a colossus at the back and obviously scored the winner, but I think just for sheer absolute possible talent that he could be, David Brooks was incredible. He missed loads of chances, but he was definitely in the right places at the right time. And I think with time he could be, a really big player for us. I didn't expect him to start. I don't think a lot of Bournemouth fans expected him to start our first 2 Premier League games. And against Cardiff, I thought he was raw in the first half. I didn't think he knew really where he was playing, but against West Ham he was much better. I think as a number 10 is his best natural position, which again makes me think that 3-5-2 with him behind 2 strikers would be the best. But we'll see. But David Brooks, he had a great game, and I think it's really exciting to see what he's capable of in seasons to come. I got a few contributions, one from Twitter. One was AFCB Jamie, who said, "Thought first half we were a little flat and standoffish, but still created the best chance from open play. Second half they couldn't handle our pace on the counter-attack when the game opened up. If we can keep the goals against to a minimum, we'll do well this season as we can score plenty. Again, our defence will probably be our weakest point this season, but we've only conceded 1 in 2 games, that's pretty good. Hopefully when Alerma slowly gets into the team and even Rico, we'll be even tighter, because obviously stiffer tests are to come. Cardiff, I think, are one of the weaker teams in the division this year, and I think West Ham, obviously it was a very good time to play them there. They've got a lot of big money signings that haven't had time to gel, a new manager as well. So I think we definitely played them at the right time. But I think on the counter we look great. Obviously it would be good to control games more, but you've got to play to your strengths. We've got 2 fast, pacey, powerful front men, so just play to them, and we'll get more than enough points to stay up this season. Next, we got 3 contributions on Facebook. One of them from Fred Pigeon Ogilvie, who said Callum Wilson is the GOAT. Obviously a great start. I'm not sure about the GOAT, but if he can keep this goal scoring form up, and Josh King can chip in with hopefully a few, because I thought he would have scored by now, but he's still causing havoc up front. There was one point where West Ham players were bouncing off him, they couldn't get near him. Callum Wilson is looking really good this season, and hopefully this can be his big breakthrough year in the top flight that he finally deserves after so much time on the treatment table. So next, Andy Harris said, great resilience, fantastic goal by Wilson. Brooks is definitely one for the future. Keep Wilson fit and injury free, and hopefully he should have a great season. Brooks, again, I agree, a great talent. And Wilson, obviously, as I said just literally seconds ago, he could be a big player for us this season. Last season he fell off the pace a bit after scoring quite a few goals in quick succession, but and David Brooks, obviously I'm really excited about him. I think most Bournemouth fans are. So really promising. And finally, Ewan Henderson said Andy Carroll. Good point. That's all for the contributions then for this episode. Thanks for contributing. You can contribute on Facebook and Twitter, AFCB Analysis. The links are in this video's description, and they're also here below my head in text form. You can also see my take on our recent victory over Cardiff here, and my take on what Bournemouth players you should put in your fantasy team here. So hopefully that'll work. So do check those out. Subscribe to the channel. Please do like this video, comment, let me know what you think needs to be improved, what your thoughts are on the West Ham game and on the Everton game next week, because obviously that's quite a big game. If we can win that would be a sensational start, but even if we can get a point, it's a very, very solid start to the season. So thanks so much for watching, and up the cherries in all departments.